How about this? I didn't know that there was a get together, clones. You should let me know when you congregate, when you mobilize. I mean, unless you don't need my help. If you don't need my help and you're good, that's fine. But you know I support it. I always support it. 12 Wood is in with a picture. Check this out. If you're watching on our stream, 12 Wood. 12 Wood is the creepy host, the loyal host who went around my back and went to my son directly to try to get him appear on his pod. Woodscopes. At 12 Wood posted, can you tell these dweebs to get out of my state, please? Check them out, man. Out of your state. They look like they're in your house. Anyway, good to see it. If you're watching on the stream, they are mobilizing. He wrote hashtag Bondo Week. You mean Bondo? I think you mean Bondo, dude, not Bombo. It wasn't Bombo. Bombdo. It wasn't Bombdo Week. Apparently, Ryan in Sacktown is there. He wrote War Lake Life, half fam, at Jim Rome. Dude, you are. Check him out. He's got me next to the lake. All right, so where are you guys at exactly? And look at him, he's hitting golf balls into the lake. You see this? I see part of a dock. I don't know where you are. It's a big state. All right, so good to see. If you're going to mobilize and you're going to congregate, look at Wood. Wood, are you wearing a shirt that says "Got Wood"? Self-glossing, man. And wearing merch. Wearing his own merch. Wearing his own merch. Then again, dude, you got to wear it because nobody's going to buy it, right? Am I walking around with a hat that says I'm Van Smack? No. And finally, one more, and I'll get to that story on the other side. At Mets Bets, I don't really think that the wildlife is necessarily ingesting the golf balls, but isn't that move a wee bit cringe in 2024? I think there's enough man-made crap in our waterways. Stay classy, Delta Bravo golf guy. It's not just Delta Bravo golf guy, it's Ryan or Ryan's crew. Yo, bro, respect the lake life. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that I grew up on the lake. And before I became a lake life user and participant, we had a fake lake that I used to use. I'll give you that. But I'm not hitting crap into the lake, man. I got way too much respect for it. The lake life. Hey, I don't want to get really polarizing with y'all. I don't even pull fish out of the lake. I ride a boat over the lake. I don't ride a boat over the lake. I ride a boat over the lake. See? Tourette's. Yeah, way to go. The King's Court Rhino.
I don't fish on...
Easy, Jack Nicklaus. Just go find yourself a driving range, dude. Leave the wildlife alone.
Oh, Johnny boy.
Oh, Ryan boy. There's something else that's been going on this week. I've always been about you clones, and there's been clone stocks over the years, you know, where clones come together. And because the show is natural in scope, many times clones from different states, and they get to know each other, mostly through social media now. Back in the day, the old school would get to know each other at tour stops. When I would take the show on the road and we would do tour stops, the clones would come together because the SoCal clones, like Silk and Iray and some of the others, Trapper for sure, would travel. So then we'd go into a market, and in that market, the SoCals would kind of walk around like they own the place. But then they'd come together, and there'd be these bonds and these friendships. Social media made it even quicker. So I'm always pumped when I hear about whatever you want to term it or call it, but clone stocks or people come together. We know something's been going on in Wisconsin this week, and it's still going on. There's an update. Ryan boy in Sacktown. Ryan says, Jimmy, hashtag, Wisco lives up to the hype. And he included this video. If you're watching on the stream, Jimmy, hashtag Wisco lives up to the hype. So these guys are living the life, the lake life. There I am. They've got me on a lapper in a Badger chair, it looks like. And the bros are just hanging out. They're all on their phones. Probably all baked, drinking. Beautiful day in Wisco. There I am again. I love it. So who's there? Let's find out. So that's Ryan and Sacktown. That's Alvy making a point of saying they're all baked. Maybe not all of them. Probably all of them. Let's see. So 12 Wood might be the person behind it. He sent a long email, so I'm assuming that he is. Here's the update from 12 Wood. And if any of you clones want to react to this, go right ahead. Hey, Romy, update. Nucci, who we know is baked. I added that part myself. He's Nooch. Of course, he's baked. Nucci fell into the Bay of Green Bay, so to speak. I told him not to worry, though. It's called Green Bay, and the green is liquid weed. Then he dove in. Don't worry, Coast Guard is on it. Rhino just keeps doing that weird laugh and calling us all by our X handles. Ho, 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 ho. 512 Lumber Boy. Ho, 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 ho. Osh Tyler Boy. Ho, 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 ho. Builder Bucks Boy. Golden Baked Warrior was so stoned that he thought that Rhino was Santa with all the ho, 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 ho's that he sat on his lap and he asked for a new bong. Let me digress for a moment. These are my peeps. These are my listeners and viewers. He goes on. Headstrom Bacon is there. Headstrom Bacon keeps calling Steve and Pool Doc. I think he truly came here to scout the location of the next Stucknut post Smackoff show. Truthfully, we are having a blast here in the Bay of Green Bay. Love these kooks. Not to sound all Jeff in San Antonio, but this is an awesome bond of bros that met through your show, so thank you for that. Signed 12 Wood. P.S.
Me and my fiance?
Not sure if Mark in Boston is here or if that's an actual spotted cow. Yo, bro, are you baked or are you tripping? Are we sure it's only the Quran? Anyway, that makes me happy. This is what I'm talking about. I love it when you clones come together and you bond and you have your own Woodstock. There's more video. And more things getting thrown in the lake. This dude is throwing something at a dude in a boat. Didn't make it. Trying to scare the fish away. That's Rhino. Hashtag Wisco. Lake life shenanigans. Ho, 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 Rhino. Those aren't shenanigans. It's just a bunch of you kooks baked out of your minds. Littering in the lake. Bong on. Let's go to the lake. I'll take any other updates that you fellas have. I like it. I like it a lot, actually. In fact, I'm almost envious of it. I didn't get my lake life. Dude, why are you showing me? Oh, I see what you did there, Mike. Mike will do anything to get me on the stream throwing out that first ball back in the day. He's got me throwing the ball compared to the dude throwing the rock. Yes, mine was still more impressive than some dude throwing a rock in the lake. What you need to do is get clearance of Tom Cruise dropping down and throwing his dog tags into the ocean.
Nice, man.
If I did what you clones wanted me to do, I would be a clone. If I did what you clones wanted me to do, I'd be at that clone stock, ripping a bong and throwing trash in the lake at one of the other bong rippers. If I did what you wanted me to do, i.e., hey, Rome, why didn't you ask Drew Brees how he got that lipstick on his face and why he didn't get it off? Idiots. If I did that, if I did what you clones asked me to do, I'd be at that clone stock in Green Bay, baked out of my mind, being a kook, littering the lake. That's why I didn't do it. If I did what you asked me to do, I'd be friends with Ryan in Sacktown.
Oh, Johnny boy.
And I'd be, ho, ho, ho,
Johnny
12
boy.
wood, ho, ho, ho,
Oh, Johnny
Nucci, ho, ho, ho,
Oh, Johnny.
Pool Doc. I'd be them. I'd be you. Nothing wrong with you. Nothing wrong with them. I'm happy being me. That's why I didn't ask him. Hey, Rome. You promised they wouldn't be coming. You're a liar. Signed, your Eagle River neighbors.
You're a liar.
It's not what I said. Well, it is kind of what I said.
You're a liar.
They're not in Eagle River. They are not in Eagle River. I know that. He said they're in Green Bay. I'm not exactly sure where they are. They're somewhere in the state. I don't think they're in the Northwoods. That didn't look like the lake that we're on, Catfish. That didn't look like the lake adjacent, Cranberry. Where are you, fellas? Where are you exactly besides at the bottom of a bong? Hey, man, lake life's good. Must be nice. Rich Ackerman is in. Quote, my vote for best clone stock event is the Jungle Invitational in Omaha. Hard pressed to beat that. That's a good one. That's a really good one. All right, anybody else want to react to those dudes in Wisconsin? Much respect. I'm glad you guys came together. You have your telephone number. You know where to find me, obviously, on the X. Let's get you a sports update. Here it is. Speak of the devil. It's Rich Ackerman. I may or may not do this. We have found the folks, the fellas, the clone stock, whatever they're calling it, in Green Bay. I'm thinking of putting them on the stream. I'm thinking of going to the scene live for a scene setter. I haven't decided yet because I know they're baked. I don't know how responsible that would be. I don't know that any of them are sober. However, at the same time, I want to acknowledge I do love it when you clones come together. I love it when you mobilize. I love it when you're able to bond. And it sounds like they're having a great time. So I'm thinking about this. I'm multitasking. I'm trying to decide. I'm walking it through in my head. You know, part of the reason to stream the way we're streaming on the X platform is to be able to do things like this. Back when I was on linear cable, we would have never done something like this. We would have never even thought about it. But the beauty of streaming is you can pull anything you want up quickly. Immediacy. So I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure if it's a good idea or a bad idea, but I myself always say it. Give me an A or give me an F. We know it's not going to be an A, but it could be an F. I just don't want a C minus. I'll let you know. Stuck nuts in. I had plans to go to Green Bay, but somebody decided to take calls this week, and they don't archive themselves. A nut, you know me. I didn't decide to take phone calls.
Butt nuts.
If they're good enough, I put them on the air, and then I actually take them. But it's not a conscious decision. Every single week, I'm open to it. Smackleford's in. Hello, Green Bay, PD? They're ripping bongs, and they're throwing stuff in the lake, brah. Signed, Narc Bra.
Bruh.
Ken and SA is on one. Hey, Rome, tell at 12wood if he wants to find out if that's Mark in Boston in a cow suit or a real spotted cow, try and milk it. Hashtag Jim Rome on X.
Hashtag Jim Rome on X.
Rome Slice. Even we think a bunch of middle-aged, grown clones getting together in the isolated woods of Wisconsin is creepy as hell. Regards, that one clone offering up his daughter to Logan just so you could be in-laws. Signed Geoff in Lincoln. P.S. Remember that time we had our own clone stock at that wedding? That was awesome. No, Geoff. But I do remember you thinking that you might crash that wedding and you might get a personal clone stock. Hey, Geoff, extraordinarily rich of you to call somebody else creepy. Let's go to Wisconsin. Let's find out what's going on. Nooch! He's there. He's a part of it. Nooch, brother, what's up, dude?
Oh, Romy, man, what's up, me? I'm pretty high right now. I'm gonna be honest with you.
No way. Good thing you
yeah,
admitted that. I wouldn't have known.
I mean, expect the unexpected with this guy. I do want to start out by saying this place is incredible. Wisconsin lives up to all the hype. You always talk about it. You take your annual trip. I will fill you in on the mystery. The body of water you see is the Bay of Green Bay. It's incredible out here. I am a little concerned, though, because it seems that all the locals, men, women, and children, kind of look like Mike McCarthy. So, I don't know. I imagine if you're force-fed cheese curds and cheap beer since birth, it's bound to take some kind of effect. Romy, they're a little thick. But other than that, it's pretty great out here. I did want to make that clarification because if Ryan in Sacktown says lake life one more time, I'm going to throw him in this damn bay. I am a little disappointed. I was informed that the green in the Green Bay was cannabis-related, but they lied to me. I am still here. I'm stoned. I'm having a great time, Romy. I'll talk to you later.
My
Out.
man Nooch, I cannot believe the strides that he has made, or maybe he's just more stoned than he normally is. But look at how he handled his business. Talk about standing on your business, Rakim. So Nooch kind of set the scene for me. We're trying to decide whether or not it's a good idea to actually give them a Zoom link so we can see live what's going on. I wanted to kind of float a trial balloon out there and take a telephone call and see how Nooch did. And Nooch did fine. Nooch got wrecked. Nooch said if Rhino says lake life one more time, he's going to throw him in the lake, which is actually the bay. He said, why is it that every man and woman here looks a little bit like Mike McCarthy? But he backed me up and said, you're right, Rome. The state lives up to all the hype. Wisconsin lives up to all the hype. One thing you're forgetting too, right? Really genuine people, really nice people. Or are you too high to even know? And Nooch, by the way, thank you very much for that disclaimer and for being so transparent and starting the call by saying, I got to admit, Rome, I'm high. No way, Nooch. Nooch, if you're awake, you're high. We know this already. I don't need you to admit that. That's not being transparent. That's being obvious. We already know. Tell me something I don't know. Hey, Rome, just so you know, because you might not want to take the phone call. Otherwise, I'm high right now. No way. Not you, Nooch. You're high? Since when? I didn't even know you baked, bro. I didn't even know you were about the hippie lettuce. I didn't even know you were about the lettuce life or the cron or the sticky icky. Hey, Nooch, why do I think that in order to get you to go to Green Bay and leave Nolans, they told you that the Green Bay is green because of cannabis? It's all dope. It's cron-infested water. All you have to do is jump off the dock, swim out to that boat, and swim back, and you will be so high, you'll see spotted cows. Nooch told Tommy, quote, "It's perfect here, and I am as stoned as you think I am." Actually, Nooch, you sounded more stoned than I thought you were, and I thought you were pretty baked. All right, so I've seen no Zoom link. I think we'll make the decision during this break because I've got Frank Schwab coming up. Apparently, those stoners are more than happy to come on. I'm going to take the next couple of minutes and decide whether or not I want those stoners to come on. But then again, like I said, in a former life when I was on linear cable, we could never do something like this. Part of the appeal of streaming is you can do almost anything you want. But we do have our radio stations too. I will think on this. Stay tuned. What I'm going to do this segment. Will I go to Wisconsin? All right, so keep this in mind. We're still on terrestrial radio on a couple hundred radio stations. We're still on satellite radio. You can listen to us there. But we are on the X platform. So on the off chance that I bring these stoners up, on the off chance that I stream whatever the hell it is that they're doing, you might want to hit the X platform right now just so you can see what's going on. Just keep it in mind. I have not yet decided. I have to decide what's in the best interest of the program. But I do want to say, the great thing about streaming is we can do things quickly that we could never do before when we were on linear cable television. Part of the reason to stream. I mean, if you don't do this, then why are you streaming? It's a fair question. So let me put it to you, clones. Do you want to see this? Now, I don't want to be a hypocrite. I said that if I always do exactly what you clones want me to do, then I will be a clone. But I will put this to you. Is this something you want to see? Is this something you want to experience? Let me get some of the reaction. At Linear Messenger, is it a clone stock or a J. Stu porn watch party reunited? Yes.
With a guy.
Stucknut. I want those stoners to get on the show. Dear Jim, put the knobs on Zoom. What is the worst that can happen? Signed, Jeffrey Tubes. Romy, even I think giving these clones a Zoom link is a bad idea. Regards, Mike Vrabel's kid taking a dump in the background of the virtual NFL draft. That's a good point. Romy, don't worry. I'll take care of the clones that have invaded our state. Yours, Woody, with a bow and arrow and a hunting knife. Woody would not do that. My man Woody's the best, dude. Such good dude. He'd be all about hanging out with those fellas. Pro Tips writes, the standard is the standard. If you let those losers on the air, the standard won't be the standard. 5 drunk dudes talking over each other won't be good radio. It's the bake at the lake. No, my bad. All right, so the first guy's like, don't do it. It won't be good radio. Yeah, but how many times do you clones wreck this show? And in fairness, they're not 5 drunk dudes. They're probably 9 high dudes. This guy writes, it's the bake at the lake. Put them on. Signed, Landrum T. Hey, Jim. Next, we'll see the Green Bay Clone Stock crew break out the Rubadonga.
Rabadonga.
Signed elk. Hey, Rome, grown men getting together to talk about my dad is not weird at all. Regards, Rogues.
Rogan Low.
Eric in Castle Rock. All right, anybody else want to weigh in before I make this final determination? Hey, Rome, put those tools on. Jay in Denver. Thanks, Jay. Hey, what's the worst that could happen? Let's do it. Bring it up. Oh, there they are. Wood. What's going on, fellas?
Oh, we're doing got the Bay. I'm sorry. We got a bunch of guys here. You want to introduce yourself?
Osh Tyler, what's up, Romy?
What's up, dude?
512 lumber.
Oh, Jimmy boy.
Oh, must be Rhino.
It's new.
No, I know, Nucci. What's up, Nooch?
Bucks the Builder.
Yo.
It's for bacon.
Headstrom Bacon. Hey, Wood.
What's up?
Wood. I love it. I love it, dude. Bro, okay, so dial me in. How did this clone stock come to be? Whose idea and why are you guys doing it right now?
Dude, it's a long story. I mean, the few
Feel
of us
free
started
not to tell me the long story.
All right. Well, we got together on an app called Marco Polo. We became really tight on that app. And then we just one day, let's get together. Let's stop meeting on the internet and meet in real life. So we booked it. We got a place here. Pretty nice place on the Bay of Green Bay. And yeah, just chilling. Everyone is stoned. No, I'm joking.
No way.
But
I couldn't tell. No way.
Neutral might be. GBW for sure. But yeah.
All right, so how long have you guys been there?
What's
Hey,
that?
Hey, Dave, if you're listening, we're coming to the Lorelei. We're coming for you, brother.
Have you guys been to the Lorelei yet?
Today, right?
Today.
We're going tonight.
Okay, so you're going tonight. How are you guys all crashing that one pad?
Yeah.
You guys aren't watching porn, are you?
Yeah, a little porn's okay. No porn. No porn.
Hey, how many nights have you guys been there? Like, what are you guys doing at night?
Or fourth night? Since Saturday.
Cooking, grilling, bratwurst, cheese curds, and Kringles. Beer and weed.
Any supper clubs you guys getting out at all?
We did one the first night, got some fish.
Down at Lake Winnebago.
All right, man. I like it. What else do we need to know, Wood? I like it a lot.
Having a blast. We're doing a lot of nothing. Me and Nooch went kayaking today. He got lost. I had to go find him. We went golfing. Yeah.
What are you
You
guys
know, like-
drinking?
In the email, Jim. This is because we watched your show. So thank you for this.
No, I appreciate you guys. Hey, man. Hey, I love y'all, first of all. I love y'all. I love that y'all got together. I love that y'all are hanging out. And I love that it's because of the show. This is good, man. Well done. You made the link. You made the stream. Wood, it's like a Wood Scopes broke out on the Jim Rome show.
Right. We're the wood scopes.
Jimmy, I just got to say really quick, thank you for sharing this secret. This is God's land.
Yeah,
It is
right?
beautiful.
I'm telling you, I love it.
Right.
All right, fellas, have a great time. Yeah, sorry. It's all my friends in Eagle River. Sorry, the secret's out. It is God's land. They know. It's God's country. Wisconsin's incredible. Hey, you know what? They held their own. For a bunch of stoners, they more than held their own. They were all able to articulate their own names. They were all able to introduce themselves. They knew who they were. They knew where they were. They knew they were on the stream. Nobody dropped any four-letter bombs. We didn't have to dump anything at all. You know what? They're not as motley as I thought. They all look pretty good. They're going to hit the Lorelei later on tonight. There you go. The bake on the lake. I love that. It's a bay, but bake on the lake sounds better. Let's not let the facts get in the way of a good gloss, a good hashtag. Bake on the lake. I was going to say, what are you calling yourselves? But that's what it is. It's the bake on the lake. DLH1029 writes, it sounds like a jungle dating app get together, not a clone stock.
With a guy.
Woods, he's got a point. That is how you made it sound. We all met on this app. Was it a dating app? What kind of app? Why do you need an app? You can all meet on social. It's part of the program. Hey, Rome, Bake on the Lake. Very surprising that a bunch of clones have nothing to do on a Wednesday. Don't their wives or moms miss them? That'd be funny, except one, it's not. And two, you sent it, Dino in Vegas. Dino, you cracking on anybody for anything is rich. Dino, you have no credibility with anything you say or write because you did this.
Hardly.
Stucknuts in. Hedstrom looks even more bored now than he does on a Stucknut radio show. He did look bored. I don't know if that's his, like, I'm too cool for this. I'm better than you all. I'm better than your stream, Rome. I'm ashamed to be here right now. I got found out. Oh, great. Now I'm on Rome's show. Hedstrom, he's right. You are throwing off a vibe like you're better than all of us. Like you're better than this. Like you have better things to do. When none of that is true, Bacon. None of it. Go Buckeyes 69. Quote, this is absolutely amazing content. Jim, you are the freaking GOAT for that. Wore the standard. Listen, two thoughts. Again, part of the reason I wanted to update our video capabilities and to stream, not that I was going to go live whenever I could, wherever I could, but I wanted to have the option. So if clones are going to come together, and even if they're all going to be baked out of their minds, if they're coming together to celebrate the show and the relationship that they have because of the show, how do I not give them their shine? Especially when all we have to do is shoot them a link. And to their credit, they held it down. I didn't have to dump anything. They didn't get me in any trouble with anybody. It was good content, man. That was fun. V and the Fee is in. The at 12 Wood party filled with drinks and brats looks a lot like our party. A great way to come together. Signed, the Beatles. What are you doing, V? Where are you even going with that? Hey, V. I'm trying to figure out how I can put this. I think you have the wrong band. There's another band, V. A punk rock band. I'm just going to let enough time go by so nobody can say that I said it. We'll put it together. I'll just drop it casually in a conversation in a few moments. The Beatles is not the band you're looking for, though. I understand what you did with the song Come Together. I know where you were going with that. That at 12 Wood party, filled with drinks and brats, looks a lot like our party. A great way to, quote, come together. Sign the Beatles. Very subtle, V. I like punk rock. Here's some of my favorite bands in the genre. The Replacements, The Jam, The Clash, Bad Religion, Buzzcocks, Circle Jerks, REM. Alvy, you didn't need to hit the bell. You kind of gave it away. I think that's the band you were looking for, V. Not the Beatles. Steven the 602 writes, just tuned into the show, Romy. In a long time. And I see a bunch of stone dudes watching porn. WTF. They weren't.
With a guy.
I asked them if they were watching porn, which is a throwback to Jay Stu being in a dorm room with 10 other dudes watching porn, allegedly.
And the old caller. I go out with a buddy of mine, my JV coach at the time, who went to Fullerton, and he's a buddy of Jason's and a couple of his friends. We go over to this house on a Friday night, and Jason and about 10 guys are sitting in a room watching porno, and he's bragging about how he's this caller on your show. And I never met a more pathetic group of losers. We're going out looking for chicks, and they're watching porno with guys.
That's what that was a throwback to. Hey, Van Smack, nothing like grown men giggling about being high, bragging about eating cheese, and playing Who's in My Sleeping Bag at night. Wore a bloodlusting grizzly bear wandering into the cabin and seeking a fight. Signed Vaughn in Knoxville. I don't know why y'all got to hate on these guys. I think it's kind of cool. I do. I think it's pretty cool. And it was good to get them up on the stream. Thought they came off pretty well, given who they are. Pretty cool. And how stoned they are. So you know something significant must have happened if it brought the BIC out. The BIC is out on X. Brad and Corona, the champ. Quote, bake on the lake? More like the hack off, whack off. At Jim Rome at 12 Wood. A lot of reaction. More on that coming up. Right now, though, as promised, we're joined by an NFL and sports betting writer for Yahoo Sports. He is also a contributor to the Inside Coverage podcast. He is a proud alum of the University of Wisconsin. He is Frank Schwab. Frank, it's always great to have you on. What's up, man? How are you?
Doing good, Jim. How do I follow that up? Like, hey, come on. Yeah, you know, I can't, I won't even go down that road, but it's always great being on with you, Jim, and I'm fired up for this NFL season.
Frank, listen, you will have no trouble following that up. Believe me, anybody, much less you can follow that up. So he had been paying attention. He knew what he was following. My man, I told you you'd be just fine. He said that's a tough act to follow. Not according to the BIC. Like I said, it brought the BIC out. If anything is going to bring the BIC out, it's got to be pretty significant. Brad in Corona on X, quote, bake on the lake, more like the hack off, whack off. At Jim Rome, at 12 Wood. At Ken_Newton9 writes, I feel that the Janet would be fine with clone stock being held at your property in Wisco in 2025. Don't ask her, surprise her. See y'all in Wisconsin. See, the problem is she probably would be fine with it. Surprise, surprise, Dr. Jano, look who's here. She'd be hugging on everybody. Hi, Woodstock, come on in. Hey, Nooch, what do y'all want to drink? They'd make themselves right at home. And by the end of the day, DJ and I would be in that disgusting boathouse. Those dudes would be just running roughshod over the entire place. You'll love that bottom floor. Liz in Falls City. From a lady clone's perspective of the Wisconsin Summit, quote, wouldn't, definitely wouldn't, still wouldn't, hell no, wouldn't, and no thanks. Hey, Liz, is that your response to the question, would you? Would you? None of them? Hey, Liz, let me ask you something. Regarding the Wisconsin Summit, Liz, would you? Wouldn't, definitely wouldn't, still wouldn't, hell no, wouldn't, and no thanks. Okay, but would you? What if you had a few drinks, Liz? What if it was 2 a.m.? What if you had those Wisconsin beer goggles on? Would you then? Commissioner Ears is in. Clone stock agenda for tonight. 1, bake. 2, call girls and then hang up. 3, pillow fight. 4, watch, quote, movies. Is movies in quotation marks because you're referring to, quote, porno?
With a guy.
They're still movies. They're still actors. It's just a different genre. Hey, Van Sizzle, can you tell those clones that went up to Wisco that we miss them? Signed the unemployment office, alimony payments, and GED class. Andy from Denver. What? You don't get vacation time? Andy, man, hate much? Jealous much? Envious much? What, you would have said no if they included you? Come on, bro. You know you would have been on the first thing burning out of Denver. You know you would have. Tyler B. Jones, 83, writes, quote, you asked them if they were watching porn. And he gave an answer kind of like, well, let's not get into that just yet. My man Jeremiah's in. Hey, Jim, I literally pulled over on the side of the highway to log into X to watch this live Zoom call. Name a single other sports talk show program who pulls listeners together on their own dime to hang out. This is history. Absolutely love that. You know what, dude? It is history. You've got all these guys coming together. Emphasis on their own dime, because you know I'm not throwing down for that. But it is history. On their own dime, traveling across state lines, coming together, and then we put them up on the Zoom. That was history. That was great. Stevens in, quote, good deal letting them on the show. You haters don't know if they're single or not. And if they're so, who cares? God forbid at 12 Wood and some of the homies get together and live their best life on the lake. Live it up, boys. Right. What's wrong with what these guys are doing? I don't even care if they slam into that house and watch porn tonight. They can do whatever the hell they want. I'm not judging. Not only am I not judging, I love it. I love that these guys know each other because of the show. I know that these dudes are all tight and love each other because of the show. I love it. They can do whatever the hell they want when they're together. I'm not judging any of that. Look at this idiot. Hey, Romy. Insert double rainbow guy moaning.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Regards. The sound coming from that Wisconsin cabin late tonight. Geoff, you too, man. Geoff, you'd be one of those guys. You'd be the rainbow guy, Geoff, if you were in that cabin. Don't act like you wouldn't. Check out Sarah. So, in response to the question, hey, Liz, would you? Would you? Wouldn't. Hell no, wouldn't. Sarah writes, Liz might not, but 12 would.
War Lady Clone.
Oh, salty Sarah. Liz might not, but 12 would. Can we keep this classy? Whatever, Albie. Anyway, fellas, I got your backs. I like it. I love it. You did a great job on the stream. I love that you've come together. Do whatever the hell you're going to do. And I love that you're going to do whatever you're going to do in the great state of Wisconsin. Now I'm ready for a break, Albie. That was an all-timer. That's a great day. My thanks to Drew Brees, who was awesome. Frank Schwab was awesome. You fellas in Green Bay, or the Bay in Green Bay, or wherever you were, awesome. Well done. Great clone stock. Right now, because the show is actually jam-packed. We are wall to wall. So if you want to get through, you want to get through right now. 86, hit me up also on the X platform. As the Bake on the Lake did yesterday. I'm going to reset the Great Bake on the Lake. They did. They hit me up on the platform. We zoomed in. It was a blast. Go to x.com. Download that app. The bakers on the lake are fired up. No, I have not forgotten about you stoners. You stoners who were a part of the Great Bake on the Lake yesterday. Although it wasn't a lake. You stoners hanging out on Green Bay. And one more, Steve in the 602. Hey, Jimmy, rewatch the show from yesterday. The Clone Stock segment was awesome. Good to see the at Headstrom Bacon, at 12 Wood, at Osh Tyler, at Nolan Nooch, at 512 Lumber, and the others enjoying the GB Pond. Baking bacon is the best way to cook it. War the Huskers. I'm going to reset that. That was actually a great moment. The Great Bake at the Lake. I'll reset that for you. It's actually a bay, but bay doesn't rhyme with lake. The Great Bake at the Lake. Or I should say bay doesn't rhyme with bake. The Great Bake at the Bay. It's not bad. You got a little alliteration. The Bake at the Lake. I'm calling it the Bake at the Lake because they were talking about lake life. Anyway, semantics. Can we not split hairs here? Let's go. Let's go to the Bay. Let's go, Bay. Hey, how high are you guys right now? It's 9:22 Pacific time. Or are you still at the, quote, lake? Are you still baked out of your minds? Did you go to the Lorelei last night? I need an update. Hit me up. Jonesy, quote, this could possibly be the second mistake by the lake. Where are the hooks? Where are the hooks? Where are the hooks? Oh, it's from my buddy Eric in Orlando. Never mind. Eric, are you really upset because there are no hooks? Honestly? Look at this guy. Hey, Eric, you don't fish on a boat, all right? You fish on a boat. They don't have hooks.
Fish on boats, okay, Matt?
You fish on a boat.
I fish on a boat.
Yeah, I know, Eric. Ryan in Sacktown. Morning update. What's the morning update? All right, so instead of giving you a morning update, let me go back and talk about what happened yesterday. In case you missed it, a clone stock has broken out in Wisco. Now, granted, the clone stock is a lot more like Woodstock 99 than Woodstock 69, but there's still no doubt about it. I appreciate the hell out of these dudes hanging out on the bay of Green Bay right now, bonding over their shared love of the jungle and totally not watching any porn. Totally not watching porn. At least that's what they said. So, who's out there? 12 Wood is out there. Nooch is out there. Hedstrom Bacon is out there. The rest of you fellas. Way to show up yesterday. Now, I'm being serious. That was a blast. I had a lot of fun putting those guys up on the stream. I mean, only on this show, right? Only with our clones, right? Only the clones would travel across state lines, 2 different states, just to meet up, to listen to the show in a different locale, and to try to experience a lake or a slice of the lake life. I love that. I love that. I also love that we can do things now like spontaneously pull these guys up on Zoom and insert that into the program. That is something we have never been able to do before. That's the potential of the stream. That's exactly why I'm still working so hard to try to enhance and expand and evolve and improve the entire jungle experience. You know, for moments like that, for moments like this. Let's do it. Bring it up. Oh, there they are. Wood. What's going on, fellas?
We got a bunch of guys here. You want to introduce yourself?
Osh Tyler. What's up, Romy?
What's up, dude?
512 number.
Oh, ho, 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 Jimmy boy.
Oh, must be Rhino.
It's Nooch.
No, I know, Noochie. What's up, Nooch? I love it, dude. Bro, okay, so dial me in. How did this clone stock come to be?
All right. Well, we got together on an app called Marco Polo. We became really tight on that app. And then we just one day, let's get together.
What are you guys doing at night?
Cooking, grilling.
Bratwurst, cheese curds, and Kringles. Beer and weed.
How are you guys all crashed in that one pad?
Yeah.
You guys aren't watching porn, are you?
Yeah, a little porn's okay. No porn. No porn.
Nah, let's not get into that right now.
Let's not get into that yet.
Beer, weed, and porn. There you have it. That right there is the great bake at the lake. Or, as Brad and Corona put it, the hack off, whack off. That's whack. Appreciate you fellas. I appreciate the energy for the stream. I appreciate the way you all showed up for it. I appreciate the way you all showed up for each other. Seriously, I want to make this very, very clear. We can do things like this now. We want to do more things like this now. We want to continue to make you guys a part of the program, and hopefully we will have even more ways to do so that I can share with you soon. Now, I know there's been a lot of changes around here, and I've been grinding. We all have. We've all been grinding our asses off this summer. There are more exciting things coming up soon. Maybe even another big announcement tomorrow. Maybe. But in the meantime, I want to thank you, clones. I want to thank you for your support. None of this is possible without you, clones. With one small, tiny disclaimer. If you're going to go experience the lake life in God's country, maybe don't litter in the lake. That's my only ask. Maybe don't blast golf balls into the lake. Maybe don't throw crap into the bay. That's all. Not asking for a hell of a lot. By the way, yo, hooligans, you were supposed to hit up the legendary Lorelei in Green Bay last night, a.k.a. the greatest jungle bar in the entire world. Got to get an update on that. Did that go down? How was that? Although maybe not in the form of another group video featuring a bunch of baked out of their mind clones hanging out in the backyard. And don't get me wrong, I did appreciate the first one, but I don't think that we need an encore performance. Seriously though, appreciate those dudes, and the rest of you, lay off these guys. We don't need any more of these kinds of posts today. We had plenty yesterday. Let me give you a sampling of some of the responses yesterday after those guys came in. Sean in Wichita, quote, Rome, you liked us on the stream. Later on, we'll be crossing them. Signed, the Bake on the Lake Boys. Dude, that is horrible. I don't need that. I don't want that. None of us need that or want that. And besides, try as you may, you're probably not going to top Liz in Falls City. Liz in Falls City reacted to a question that nobody asked her. Nobody asked Liz the question, would you? Hey, yo, Liz, now that you've seen that, would you? Would you? Nobody asked her, but she sure as hell could not wait to answer the question that nobody asked her. And I quote, wouldn't, definitely wouldn't, still wouldn't, hell no wouldn't, and no thanks. Hashtag Jim Rome on X. War Lady Clones wore the great Bake on the Lake. Thought that was cool. 1-800-636-8686. I need a morning update. Like, what's up, fellas? How baked are you? How'd it go last night? What happened at the Lorelei? I need to know. Hey, Tommy, hit me up real quick. You're in the know, Tommy. So what do you know?
My understanding is that there was no Lorelei last night. I think they pushed it to tonight. I need to go look and actually
Did these
look
guys
at what that
flame?
update
They didn't
was,
make
but-
it that far?
Yeah.
Yeah, they seem like they started pretty early.
I think they wanted to. I think there was someone they wanted to meet there, and it's better today to do it than not. So I don't think they just didn't make it. Like they got too baked and couldn't make it to the Lorelei. I think they just changed their plan. So I think they're doing that tonight. And I believe Rhino dropped us an update video on the X.
Really?
I haven't seen it yet, but I
Have you-
believe it
okay,
exists.
I was gonna say, have you previewed it?
I have not. The XCR has. Oh, there it is.
We're fueling up. Big day. Big head bets. Little football. Little bacon. Little 12. 512. Bucks. Let's go. Jimmy morning update.
Let's go. I like it. All right. See, you see what I'm saying? We can do things like this. 2 days in a row. Thanks, Tommy. 2 days in a row. On the stream, video from the great Bake on the Lake. You see where I'm going with this? We're going to set this up so you can send in videos and be a part of the program. All right, there it is. Went with the guys at the lake. They left all their ladies at home. Little do they know, their wives and girlfriends are having a tickle fight back at Rhino's house. Signed, Sarah T. Ho, 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 Rhino. Do you know what's going on at your house? Ed, Ben, Josh. How inspired were you seeing some of the jungle's biggest misfits, icons, coming together for their great Bake on the Lake mastermind session these past few days in Wisconsin? Did you catch any of their act on the stream on X?
I absolutely did. I'm a loyal listener. If somebody can tell me what other show can get a bunch of clones together on the lake, I mean, I was looking for Rogues. I wasn't sure if he made a quick trip out there from Colorado, or maybe he had to go to class, but maybe he was skipping class. But I mean, I think maybe Shawnee and I should get together maybe when I go on his show next time, and we'll figure out, Clone Stock 24 down in Houston. So, but I honestly, in all seriousness, it speaks to the reach of the show, how much interest you've been able to galvanize. You have a significant amount of supporters, and rightfully so. And I think you've been able to see the growth, I'm sure, with just a new platform, with the X platform.
Listening to the Rome show in a closet in the dark? Tell us more. Signed, the 8 baked clones in Green Bay. You never know what might happen. We went live to the Bake on the Lake earlier this week. This is why we have this stream. You never know where we might go. Meanwhile, 12wood has got an update. They made it to the Lorelei. All right, so this has been a running thread. There they are. This has been a running thread all week long. A number of clones came together in Wisconsin just out of their love of the show, love of each other. They've been hanging out. They've been in a house. They're on the bay. They're getting wasted. They're drinking. They're smoking a lot of bud. They're talking junk. They're hitting golf balls into the bay. And they said they would go to the most famous jungle bar in the world, the Lorelei. But they had not done so yet. And if you're watching on the stream, there it is. They made it. Quote, we had a blast at the Lorelei Green Bay. Dave in Green Bay. The team treated us well. Quote, all good things come to an end. All the guys departed. Had a blast. We'll do it again for sure. 12wood. Nice job, y'all. Anytime y'all come together like that to celebrate jungle friendships, to celebrate the jungle bond, to celebrate the show, let me know. Let me know. Post it. We'll put it up. We'll get it on the stream. Check it out. Right outside the Lorelei. I like it, fellas. Good job. Mean mugging outside the Lorelei. The inside of the Lorelei. That's why that's the best jungle bar in the country. Love that place. Don't forget, the reigning king of smack, Mark in Boston, won it from inside that bar. At Bengals Gal in FL, she shouts out at Salty Sarah, at Amber Kallstrom, at Smiley YYC, at Jim Rome. Isn't it time some lady clones have their own stoner party? I would be in. You know Jim loves his lady clones. Hell yes. Hashtag Jim Rome on X. I love that idea. And you're right, I do love the lady clones. Have your own bake on the lake. I've got an idea. As much fun as those dudes had, I've got a feeling those 3 gals or 4 gals would find something better to do than get baked out of their minds and hit golf balls into a bay. I could be wrong. Yeah, I'm all for it. You gals should do that. You should do that, and then you should post on it, and absolutely I'll go live stream on that. It's a great idea. The world needs that. Quickly, Amber is in. Amber is responding, quote, Romy, I am all in on a lady clone weekend. I am not into baking, but I am into a good, dirty Hendrix martini or a skinny margarita. I say girls trip to Cabo. Let's do this. Hashtag Jim Rome on X. Nice job, Amber.
War Lady Clone.
A good, dirty Hendrix martini. I don't like them dirty, but I like that you're a Hendrix girl. That's cool. Very cool. Alvy, what's roll of the week that was?
Here again.
Because it seems that all the locals, men, women, and children, kind of look like Mike McCarthy.
The BIC is out on X. Bake on the lake. More like the hack off, whack off. Right now, though, as promised, we're joined by Frank Schwab.
Doing good, Jim. How do I follow that up? Like, hey, come on. Yeah, you know, I can't, I won't even go down that road.
Oh, there they are. Wood.
We got a bunch of guys here. Osh Tyler. What's up, Romy?
What's up, dude?
512 number. Ho, 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 Jimmy boy.
Oh, must be Rhino. What's up, Nooch?
Bucks the Builder. Ed's from Bacon.
Whose idea and why are you guys doing it right now?
Dude, it's a long story. I mean,
feel free not to tell me the long story. The Replacements, The Jam, Clash, Bad Religion, Buzzcocks, Circle Jerks, REM. We